Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm just going to do this quick-ish training video of how I go about closing competitions. The first thing I need to do is open Handicap Master. If I just put in an H here, you should actually, on the men's comps computer, you should find it on the icon on the bottom bar here. Okay, so it comes up as comps, and I'll put in the password. Oh. If you're not sure of the password, you should be able to get it on the WhatsApp or from one of the guys on the WhatsApp. So in we go. First thing to do is click on competitions and opened competitions. So what I've done is I've reopened a competition from the 8th of September, a two-man team, because it doesn't affect handicaps. And I'll close that one again as an example. Okay, so the first thing I can see here is that I got 50 cards. That's not people signed in, that's cards, and I've received 32 results. So if I double click on that, the first thing that comes up is a list of people who could have entered the competition but didn't for some reason. But you can get a situation where the sign-in terminals are not working when somebody goes out at 7 o'clock in the morning or something, and you need to put their cards in, or something like that, or the sign-in system is not working. But if we click on Analyze, then we'll see all the people that have signed in, and their scores, and when they signed in, and time scored entered, and so on. What I always do is have a quick look down this time difference. If there's a time difference of like 6 minutes, it may mean that they didn't sign in before they played, which is a disqualifying event, unless of course the sign-in terminal is not working or something like that. An easy way to do that, and on any of these headings, is to click on the heading, and it will give you a highest to lowest sorting order for that column. So everything's sorted in the time difference. If I click again, then it gives me to lowest to highest. So any 6 minute or 4 minute time differences I'll see up here very quickly. If you're doing it on the day of the competition and you're not sure if everybody has signed in, you could click on time signed in, click on it twice to get it the highest to lowest, and you can see that the last two to go out, or last two to sign in anyway, last two pairs were Fergal Nolan and partner and Michael O'Riordan and partner. So it's possible that that they haven't come in yet, and you need to wait for them to close the competition. Excuse me. Okay, but this is a couple of weeks later, so we should be okay now. So what I want to do then is click on the points, and again it gives me lowest to highest sorting on points. I click again and it gives me highest to lowest, but annoyingly it gives me the non-entries first. But if I come down, then I can see I've got 3 53 pointers, a 52 and some 51s. That probably cover me for what we have here. So the thing to be aware here is that this is not in order of countbacks. This is just 3 53s. Maybe it's in time they entered, or maybe it's in alphabetical order. I'm not sure. But these are not in result order. Okay. But what I can do here before I leave, it's possible here that we may need to change somebody's handicap or change somebody's score. They might give you a yellow slip that says they entered a score wrong, or something like that. So let's say that this particularly happens over the winter. Obviously, we've got winter temporary handicaps, so you will need to do this. So you click in on any of the lines, and you can cut. Let's cut Paul Mooney. one shot. Okay, I'll cancel out of that, but that's how you would do it. You would cut him by a shot, and you could change a score in here as well if that's what you needed to do. But I'll just get out of there. So that's obviously important for winter temporary handicap cuts. They won't be in the system, but we need to address them manually. There'll be a list of the handicap cuts that the handicap secretary posts up in the comps room and on the men's notice board in the changing room. Okay, so I've got these competitions. I've got these entries. Let me just shrink this for a second. So what I need to do now is work out how many prizes there will be. So if I open up Microsoft Excel, you'll find it either on the list, or what I'm going to do here is just go to recents, and I can see the results sheet here that I need. Okay, so this is the financial results sheets that we need to fill in for the men's treasurer. So the first thing I want to do is save as, and we save this as in the men's competition result prints folder, which would be on the left here somewhere in this list. I don't have it here. This is my home computer. Go up to the top. I just got to put it into the Club Champions thing for now. And the format that I'd like you to use is the year, the month, and the day. I'm putting it to days and two-man team. Two-man team. This is my second attempt, so I'm going to put in 2 there. Grand. And now we've saved that. We've isolated the results sheet from any changes that we're making, so that keeps the results sheet template nice and clean, and we can do what we want and make what mistakes we want here. So the first thing we need to do is put in the date. So a neat trick here is if you press Control and semicolon, it puts in today's date automatically. If it was the day, if you're doing this the day after, you can just go in and change one format. Okay. Then we need to select the competition format. So it's singles, foursomes, fourballs, etc. And up the top here we have two-man team. And I'm just going to put in Tuesday here. So then what we need to do is put in the number of players. So we saw here that there were 50 cards entered in the in Handicap Master. You can see there's 50 cards entered. So that's 50 cards in a two-man team is 100 players. So that's important. Don't forget and put in 50 here. You need to put in the 100. So what that then does, once you put in 100 players, and potentially you'll put in the number of visitors, which you can get either from the sign-in sheet that the Pro Shop should leave with you, or you can get it from the report later on. So what it's given me is it's calculated that we have a first, a second, and a third prize receiving 60, 50, and 40 each, respectively. So I need the top 3 pairings from Handicap Master. So what I need to do here, let me just expand this again. So what I'm going to do here, having changed anything I need to change here, I just apply in order to close the competition. So there's a couple of bits here that are worth noting. We go through. So it's not a handicap qualifier, but that stuff should be already populated appropriately for you because it's defined when the competition was set up. If I wanted to disqualify anybody, I just add here and it will come up with a list of the pairings. I'll disqualify myself and Damien. Sorry, Damien. You should have signed the card, mate. So this now says that Johnny Amos and Damien Morris are disqualified. I'm going to remove those now because it might upset Damien. And carry on. This is the aggregation. So for the aggregation, you won't normally need to do this. This is if we need to combine two competitions, which we do for monthly medals. So what I would do for a monthly medal is click here, aggregate it, and it comes up with a list of closed competitions. And I would select the day one, because I just close day one, and I aggregate day two with day one. So on day one, I just close it normally, and on day two, I aggregate as an alternative day, and I select one of the competitions, the day one of the medal, to aggregate the two. I'm not going to do that here. I'll go back to do not aggregate and move along. Again, this should all be pre-populated for you. We just do net scores. Normally, sometimes we do gross scores for medals so that we can work out best gross score and all that kind of stuff. And then finish. Okay, so this then closes it. I don't know why it goes through the process of updating handicap records when it's not qualifying competition, but nevertheless it does. So then it closes the competition, calculates all of the countbacks appropriately, and then it'll offer me the report. And here it is. We'll just view that. I can confirm my date and so on, and my winners. Okay, let me just shrink this down so I can do it side by side and shrink this. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put my winners in here. Andrew Feeney and Connor Wickham, Joe Egan, and Tony Gilroy. If I just scroll down, I've got Matthew Dodd and Matthew Lawler. So M. Dodd and M. Lawler. Okay. So that's all I need for my finance sheet. And what I normally do is just save that again, just to make sure I have that at that point. So then we go to the appropriate tab. So for this competition, it's the two-man team stroke 4 board tab. You see it's put in all the names and it's put in the prize values and it's put in the header that we calculated. So all I need to do now is put in my handicaps. I'll do that from the scorecards and the scores. Let me just put in everything as 15. And this, as we can see on the report, is for the back 9. 15. Joe's at 12. I have to know they got a 53 as well. And that's on the back 9 too. These lads are 15. They got a 53. And they didn't, there were no other 53s, so this is not a back 9 result. But if there were other 53s, then we'd need to put in back 9 there as well. So once I've done that, I've got my results sheet ready. And this is all set up as the print area for this sheet. So what I would do is go in here, type print, select my brother printer, as it is in the thing, and I do 3 copies of the result sheet print. So that's 1 to wrap around the cards, and I would also wrap a copy of the results report. I would also wrap a copy of any visitor sign-in log. So 1 for the cards, 1 for the notice board in the men's changing room, and 1 for the post box for the office to make the payment. You can email that to the office if you want to, but I don't see the point. It's just an extra job you're printing off anyway. So just print off 3 copies, fold it in half, and put it in the little post box outside the office there. Okay, so let's assume that I've done that. Now what I want to do is I'd come in, I'd press print again, and I'd select print to PDF. So this is where I'm creating the PDF sheet that I need to load up to the website as the result sheet. So I print that. I don't need 3 copies. Print that. And I'm going to do this as 2019 10 15 2-man team test. Okay. So at that point, I can, I'm happy with my result. I can close the handicap master. I normally would publish, but to make sure that everybody's got everything and now all the handicaps are up to date, I won't do that now. So then I need to go to the website. Let me just log out to show login, just to be complete. So the members login, I need to log in as men's comps. So if I type in men's, I can select men's comps. It automatically populates the password and I log in. So now I need to put it on the men's results page. If it's a mixed competition, then I would need to put it on the ladies' results page as well. So that's 2 jobs to do here. I'm just going to put it on the men's here. So we click on this icon on the right. You can see it on the left here, the list of results. The icon on the right enables me to create a new one, blank page. And I always do this kind of format again. Then scroll down to introduction text. I think everybody knows at this stage. But click here to view. And then go on down. Now, the things to be careful for here is clicking on this browse upload. People see the browse upload button and they click on that and then they get an error because the .pdf is the wrong format for a thumbnail image. So be careful of that. And if you get a format error, then that's probably what you've done. You need to go down here to linked file, browse upload, and you get this dialog. So on the top right there, upload. It opens this dialog and click choose files. And there it is, my 2-man team. Open. So that's done it. Now if I click upload to server here, this dialog on my machine automatically closes, but it doesn't on the men's comps machine. So you'll need to click on the top right here to close this dialog in the next step. So I'm going to upload it to server. And then this is where I would click to close that smaller dialog to give me this background dialog again. Okay, so then I need to click on history. And there it is, my 2-man team. And that's it. And what I always do to avoid this page getting too cluttered, I give it a 3-month life for normal stuff. So that takes me to the 15th of January 2020. And then I just click create. I won't do it here rather than clutter it up with this stuff, but that would give you your men's competition results loaded to the men's results page. And you should see it here. I always open it again to make sure I've got everything right. Oh yeah, just briefly on the on the Excel spreadsheet, if you're doing a singles, you do need to put in the CSS and the of the days, normally 35 points and 72 strokes. You can just type it in there, so make sure it comes out. Okay, so going back then. So that's my result, and now I can close that down. I'm quite happy that everything's okay. I can close that and I'm done. So that's how it's done, though that's how I do it anyway. That seems a fairly logical way to do it to me. If you have any questions, by all means email me at menscomps or ask on the WhatsApp so that everybody can understand the answer and see the answer. Or ring me, or if you have any improvements you think we could make, or ways we could do this video, or ways we could close generally, that would be really great. So thanks again for your time, as ever. Very grateful for the time you give to doing this. Thank you.